Missouri State Sports Network from Learfield. Welcome to Inside the Den with Coach Beard. Brought to you by Highland Dairy. Snack, fuel, go with Highland Dairy. Locally made, naturally delicious. Murney Associates, your local real estate experts. Midwest Ford Dealers. Midwest Ford Dealers are driven by value. Official partner of the Missouri State Bears. Find your local Midwest Ford dealer at Ford.com. And by Big Shots Golf. Play on. Let's go! Now, here's your host, Corey Riggs.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Big Shots Golf. You're home each and every Monday night during the football season for Inside the Den with Coach Ryan Beard, and it's another winning Monday as Missouri State comes off a dominating performance over our friends from Martin, Tennessee, the UT Martin Skyhawks. We'll get right into our Mercy weekly recap at Mercy. Your life is our life's work, and Coach, I heard you say it earlier today, but it bears repeating. That was as a complete performance, I think, as you could ask from your team in all three phases of the game. It was just dominant on Saturday night at Plaster Stadium.
It absolutely was, and it must have been really dominant because I'm getting a little nervous up here. All the legends are in the house tonight. Coach Rowe, Coach G, Art, Coach Leamy. It's like a packed house in here. So it must have been a really good win, and that it was. We were extremely efficient on offense, ton of big plays. Defensively, we were able to keep the ball in front of us, create great third downs, get off the field on third downs. We're really, really good in the turnover category again. And then special teams, we were dynamic as well. Did everything we wanted there. And, it's one of those things. I'm big on respecting the game. And obviously, I think our starters were probably a little upset. We wholesale subbed in the early in the third quarter. And that's a good part. That's a good problem to have, to get young guys in that have earned the right to play. The people that don't get the glory are the scout team guys that do all the grunt work, and just to see them out there and hanging out with their buddies and playing hard, it was fun.
And some guys that, not necessarily are going to be guys that are contributing this year. That was one of those games where, there's a reason why redshirt guys get to appear in 4 games. And you got the opportunity even maybe to get some of those guys their first chance to go out underneath the lights at Plaster Stadium and give you just a look at what they may be able to add to the team down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. And those guys work really, really hard. And it was good to see. A young backer, Braxton Starnes, he looks the party. His first play in, he gets a TFL, and the sideline just goes absolutely berserk. And then on offensive side, you saw King do some really good things, which was encouraging for that room. So again, great night for the Bears. We did everything we wanted to do on each phase of the game, and that's what it should be about.
Well, and I know there were areas of focus coming off of the SMU game. Not to mention, by the way, just about another 14,500 people coming to Plaster Stadium to see this game. That can't be overlooked as well. Another great crowd. But this was a game where there were some things that you wanted to fix from the previous week. Third downs were a problem against SMU. That wasn't a problem. Getting explosive plays, those were hard to come by against SMU. Didn't have that problem against Tennessee Martin. Jacob Clark ends up going 20 of 28, 271 through the air. He accounted for 5 touchdowns, 3 through the air, 2 on the ground.
Yeah, that was the key, Corey. Again, I'm big on you get what you emphasize. If you struggle in an area, you have to make sure it's addressed. You can't sit there with your head in the sand and say, oh, darn it, we'll get it next time. You actually have to put emphasis on it in practice, and the third downs were critical as well as the explosives. And thankfully the boys stepped up, made some big plays, and helped us look like we knew what we were doing.
On the defensive side of the ball, Jalen Brooks, who we're going to get to meet here a little bit later in the show, has 6 tackles. Kanye Young has 6 tackles. Mitchell Toney has 6 tackles, including 2 tackles for a loss. Kanye had a tackle for a loss as well. JJ comes up with 5 stops from the safety position. Everything was working defensively Saturday night.
It was. I've been really impressed with the defense so far. And me and you talked about it at length, about a bunch of new faces. We didn't really know what we were going to get. And, you can take the USC game and think whatever you want about it. I like to cut that one out. But even with that, you've got some decent numbers. We've done some good things, and we're trending in the right direction. You see tight coverage. You see the quarterback being affected by either pressure or, simulated pressure, things that look like pressure that really aren't. And they've really executed at a high level.
we've had a lot of Jacob Clark touchdown passes and different plays for our Bud Light play of the game. As complete as that defensive performance was this week, I went off book for me and went with a defensive play of the game. And I think this one had all of the 14,000 people there at Plaster Stadium up on their feet.
You're speaking my language.
3 receivers left, 1 right, and a sidecar right in the gun here for Jace Bauer. The fifth-year senior takes a low snap, rush up the middle. He throws it, it's intercepted. Taken away by the big man, Devon Townley. He hurdles one would-be tackler, and like a freight train going downhill, Townley takes it down inside the 25. Cue the light show. Devon Townley with a takeaway. I don't know who was more pumped up, Devon or me. My favorite part in that highlight is, if you can hear it, it was the first game back in the booth for Nathan Stokes, a former punter and kicker on the team, and he squeals.
Yeah, he
There's
did.
just like a
He did.
when Townley took that ball away, but he was like, I got to hold on to it for a second, and he took off, and that was the big man showing how special he can be.
What a great play that was. And the crazy thing about D. Townley, he's a basketball guy. When he got offered from Penn State, he had only played football for 1 year, and he's only on his 4th year total for ever playing football. He's a freakish talent. He's got great length. He's going to do great things this year.
Don't forget, Bears fans, today is Monday. We're at the Coaches Show tomorrow. That's Touchdown Tuesday. So if you go to the Missouri State University campus bookstore, every fan, we get 6% off for every touchdown scored, up to 30%. It will be the full 30% off at the bookstore tomorrow. You can get that deal on campus, or you can shop online at MissouriStateBookstore.com. You might want to go ahead and buy your black T-shirts early for our next game when the Bears will host Western Kentucky Saturday night. We'll talk about that one a little bit more as we go on. But Coach, the other big thing about a dominating win like that is you talked about the ability to play a little bit deeper, a little bit further down the roster, but to be able to get everybody out of that one, for the most part, I think clean and fairly healthy too. A big thing as you get ready to turn the page to conference play.
That's exactly right. And again, you want to get them the work they need and then get them out and see kind of what you have depth-wise, because, you're always looking to see what the future will look like on your current roster, and there's nothing better than live reps. You can sit there and do drills and drills and drills, but seeing them perform under the lights and the pressure of having to get the call, process the call, and then go play, that's when you really see who has a chance.
The other play of the game that I thought about using tonight, it's hard to not be impressed by a 50-yard touchdown run. Now, it took a couple of games, but Shomari Lawrence cut loose for you and took one to the house on Saturday night.
I told him the same thing. I said, man, it's good to see you get loose one time and really run. Shomari, he's a big, strong man that can really run the football between the tackles, but what people don't know is he's one of the fastest guys on the team, and he really got to show that, and I'm excited to see more.
I definitely felt that way. It felt like a track race, but he was the fastest guy out there. Nobody was going to catch up to him at the end of that 50-yard touchdown run, the first of his career as a Missouri State Bear. So more of that to come when we talk to him a little bit later in the show. If you aren't able to be here in Springfield this Saturday night, we feel for you, because we're going to have a lot of good stuff going on at Plaster Stadium. But you can tune in on the Missouri State Radio Network when the Bears will host their first Conference USA matchup ever against the Hilltoppers from Western Kentucky. The Bud Light Countdown to Kickoff show will begin at 5:30. Kickoff will be scheduled for 6 o'clock. You can listen throughout the Ozarks on Real Country 101.3 FM. KWTO, you can listen on your phone or online using the free Varsity Network app, or you can use MissouriStateBears.com and find the radio network affiliate in your area. We're going to take our first break. When we come back, we're going to talk defense with Jalen Brooks, as you're listening to Inside the Den with Coach Ryan Beard on the Missouri State Radio Network from Learfield.
Hey, college football fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's 6:30 and the branch is closed.
Yep.
And you couldn't find your debit card.
Nope.
But you're going to get cash.
Yep. Cadence Bank Live Teller has extended hours, and I can get cash from my account with my driver's license.
My bank can't do that.
Nope.
With over 300 live teller locations with extended hours, there's opportunity here. Find a live teller near you at cadencebank.com/live teller. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Are you ready to level up your hangout and live the unexpected? Big Shots Golf is changing the entertainment game through tech-driven golf games that fit every level of player, a mouth-watering scratch menu, and handmade cocktails. At Big Shots Golf, we're all about celebrating life and creating memories with the ones you love. Located at the corner of North Windstone and Kearney, Big Shots Golf proudly hosts MSU's weekly coaches show, and with NFL Sunday Ticket, you'll never miss a game. Ready to take your big shot? Book your heated bay online today at BigShotsGolf.com. Play on.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup for the top college athletic programs for the 2025-26 college athletic season? Check out the criteria and follow the year-long standings of your favorite team at L Directors Cup on the X platform or online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2026 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. The Learfield Directors Cup, powered by NACTA, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Welcome back to Inside the Den, everybody, here at Big Shots Golf on Springfield's North Side. Tonight, our show is brought to you in part by our friends at Kohl's. Kohl's has back-to-school styles that'll spoil your family at prices that'll spoil you. From jeans and tees to sneakers and more, that means you can do it all without overdoing your budget when you shop at Kohl's and Kohls.com. We're ready now for our two Great Southern Bank Under the Helmet features. And for our first one, we're going to get to know a senior linebacker who moved here all the way from Knightdale, North Carolina. That's where he grew up. He wears number 19 now. Mr. Jalen Brooks is our guest.
Yeah.
Jalen, first of all, how are you feeling after the Tennessee Martin game, man?
No, I'm feeling good, happy we got the dub.
Say, you definitely had your fingerprints all over this one. One of the top tacklers on the team, three-way tie with 6 tackles. You get a turnover. What were your takeaways from your performance in the game? How did you feel coming out of that?
I feel like I did pretty good, definitely can improve on some things, For me, it was just all about getting to the ball, effort, and finishing tackles.
Well, talk to me a little bit about how you got your start. Have you always been a football guy? Were you better in one sport in high school? How did you get your start?
I always wanted to play football, but I was naturally better at wrestling. My dad wrestled in college, and he didn't want me to do it, but I ended up doing it my 7th grade year and turned out pretty good at it. So just kind of stuck with football throughout high school, yeah.
So your dad wasn't just kind of good at it.
Yeah.
He ended up wrestling at Campbell University, where you played football for a while. He finished 7th at the NCAA Nationals and is in the Campbell Athletics Hall of Fame. So kind of quite a bit to live up to there for you, man.
Oh, yeah. When I first went to Campbell, they immediately hit me up for the wrestling team. Wanted me to come in there and help train one of their guys. And he actually got 7th, too, last year in the national championship for NCAAs.
It's got to be interesting. Now, did they think that you were just going to wrestle, or is that even possible anymore to be a 2-sport athlete at the D1 level, at the college level?
Oh, no. They didn't want me to come in there and wrestle. They just wanted me to help out on the team, and I'm always going to do that because I'm always a helpful guy.
So talk to me a little bit about what your high school career was like playing in North Carolina. You played a few different positions. You were linebacker, DN. Did you play offense too?
Offense was a fullback. Yeah, they kind of just gave me the ball, get them 2-3 yards, I played a lot of DN in high school. They thought I was really dominant on the D-line, get to the quarterback faster. So I didn't really start playing linebacker until I went to UNC, and that's where I kind of started off my linebacker career.
So obviously your dad was a Campbell guy. We'll get to there at some point in the story, but how did you make your way from high school to North Carolina? What was your recruitment like?
It was nice because originally I was at West Point, and I went to the prep school at West Point. So I went there for 1 year, and then the defensive coordinator that recruited me at Army, he left and went UNC, and I just followed him down at UNC. But, yeah, that's kind of how I got to North Carolina and everything like that. It was a walk-on over there. And it was an experience I wouldn't trade for. So, yeah.
I think, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, I think it's interesting. I don't think maybe that the average sports fan that sees you guys and follows you guys maybe realizes the impact of that in that recruitment process, that it's the connection you make with that coach that's maybe far stronger than your desire to be a Tar Heel or be a Camel. It's that connection with the coach and the staff that really draws you to a school.
Right. Oh, yeah, because a lot, like my dad told me, is all about who you know, and it's all about that connection. And with Coach Bateman, I felt that connection with him, and I trusted him when I went down there at UNC.
Talking to Jalen Brooks on our Great Southern Bank Under the Helmet feature. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters, member FDIC. You play 32 career games for Coach Mack Brown at North Carolina. You're there for a couple of years. How do you end up in the portal and going back to your dad's alma mater at Campbell?
It's simple. Just getting more opportunity, pretty much. Get to play linebacker more because I knew I was a good athlete. I just needed an opportunity to go out there and show it.
So what was the experience like out there, and how did it compare with being at North Carolina? I assume the resources were a little bit different at Campbell than they were in Tar Heel country.
Oh, yeah. It was compared to UNC to Campbell, yeah, world's different. But at the end of the day, there's still guys out there. There's still athletes out there. Only big difference was like probably O-line, D-line. But there's all receivers out there in FCS that would shake you pretty bad, and make you miss. So other than that, that's about it.
Well, 1 year there, I mean, you were on a record-setting pace. You set a school record last year in 2024. You had 118 total tackles in 12 starts. Did no one think to block you at any point in time?
No, at Campbell, I just kind of just want to fly around, just always be in the frame. And when the coach stops the film, I want to be in that little box when they pause it, always want to be around the ball. For me, it was just like, this is my first time ever getting the opportunity to play, so I'm going to take advantage of it. I'm going to put it all out there. Don't really care what happens at the game. It's just more just fly around, make plays.
Well, so you have a record-setting year in your 1 year there. How do you find your way to Southwest Missouri? Who did you end up talking to on Coach Beard's staff that convinced you to come to Springfield?
Oh, yeah, Coach Bonato, yeah. The reason why I just left Campbell is nothing wrong with Campbell or anything like that. It was more I just wanted a bigger opportunity to play against bigger opponents. That's pretty much all that was. And Coach Bonato really sold me here. Came to big shots, to shot some golf. Found out Coach Beard got a wicked swing, But, yeah, Coach Beard sold me on it too, because it's easy to play for a coach like him, He kept it straight. He was like, listen, like, he wants you to come here and everything like that, but you have to earn it. And I felt that. And not a lot of coaches to be straight up with you like Coach Beard will.
Well, I say, and you've obviously earned reps at this point. We saw what you did against Tennessee Martin. Where do you see the rest of this season going for you? What's kind of like a personal goal for you as far as what you're trying to do on the field for the Bears?
Just for me, it's just be an impact, fly around, make plays. Yeah, I would like to have another season like Campbell, but right now I can't really focus on, the future. Just take it game by game, week by week, snap by snap. Can't really think too far ahead of it.
So if you're not thinking too far ahead, tell me about then your guys right now. Tell me about this linebacker room, because I know I see Bird all the time, and I feel like I don't want to say he's like a dad or something, but man is always working the sideline, trying to take care of everything, make sure you're drinking water, doing this, doing that. What are the linebackers like? What's your crew like?
Oh, yeah, we're good. Yeah, linebackers really solid. You got Kanye, Bird, Coop, and all of us. Yeah, we really all work well together, and we always push each other. we see something that we messed up on the field, and if we're not out there, we tell them, hey, do this a little better, do this better, or we watching film and stuff like that. We point out stuff that if the other person didn't see, they can make the play. So as a whole, we just mesh all well together.
Trying to help one another, educate one another.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good thing. So now you're into prep week for Western Kentucky. What are you guys trying to get ready for? This is, every game. The next game on the schedule is the biggest game, but everything this year at times feels historic, and it's definitely going to feel historic as you prepare to take on your first Conference USA opponent.
Right now, it's just kind of be our motto, out hit, out hustle, We just need to fly around to the ball. The ball is the issue. We want to get turnovers. That's kind of what we've been focused on so far in this tackling, Once we hit a guy, we can bring him down. We don't miss tackles. So that's pretty much the main focus of our going into this week.
Well, I hope you have a good week of preparation, and we're looking forward to another good game under the lights Saturday night at Plaster Stadium. It's fun watching you play, Jalen. Good luck this week, okay?
Thank you.
Jalen Brooks joining us here on the show. Inside the Den, brought to you by the Pinnacle Sign Group. They're a proud supporter of Missouri State Athletics. When we come back, we'll shift gears, go to the offensive side, and talk to the Bears running back Shomari Lawrence. This is Inside the Den with Ryan Beard on the Missouri State Radio Network from Learfield.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, well, Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Are you ready to level up your hangout and live the unexpected? Big Shots Golf is changing the entertainment game through tech-driven golf games that fit every level of player, a mouth-watering scratch menu, and handmade cocktails. At Big Shots Golf, we're all about celebrating life and creating memories with the ones you love. Located at the corner of North Windstone and Kearney, Big Shots Golf proudly hosts MSU's weekly coaches show, and with NFL Sunday Ticket, you'll never miss a game. Ready to take your big shot? Book your heated bay online today at BigShotsGolf.com. Play on.
It's time for the annual Team Impact All-In 5K. Join Team Impact on October 19th and help support their mission to create a world where every child facing serious illness and disability feels supported by something bigger, and every collegiate team is transformed by a greater purpose. Remember, there's no wrong way to 5K. Run, walk, or roll a 5K in your neighborhood, at your local college campus, or join one of Team Impact's hub locations. Join the movement to get all kids in the game. Team Impact, all in, all together. Learn more at teamimpact.org/all-in5K.
Every day, you're out there, up before the sun, and pushing forward before the chaos of the day settles in. At Great Southern, we're right there with you because we understand the need for trusted support. Having a team that is seasoned, agile, ready, an award-winning team that knows their customers personally and is behind them at every step. There to assist you, inspire you, and echo your inner dialogue in those quiet moments. Keep going. Whether you're getting ready to meet the day or working on something big, we're your team. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Member FDIC.
Wilson Logistics is proud to be the official logistics partner of Missouri State Athletics. You'll see us on the road this year, hauling the Bears football equipment and supporting all Missouri State athletes. Wilson Logistics is a family-owned company based right here in Springfield, Missouri. We offer a paid CDL training program for those that want to become a professional truck driver. Learn more at wilsonlogistics.com/training.
At Parkcrest Dental Group, we've been proudly serving the community for over 50 years by creating healthy, confident smiles that last a lifetime. From general dentistry to pediatric care, orthodontics, and more, we make it easy for the whole family to get the care they need, all in one convenient location. Whether it's your child's first visit or you're ready to restore your own smile with dental implants, we're here to help you maintain confident smiles. Trust the team that's been keeping Springfield smiling for generations. And go Bears!
We continue continue here at Big Shots Golf with Inside the Den with Coach Ryan Beard on the Missouri State Bears Radio Network from Learfield. Tonight's show is brought to you by our friends at Wilson Logistics, the official logistics partner of Missouri State Athletics. And in the case of the football team, Wilson Logistics moves the Bears, especially this season, from coast to coast, and we thank them for that. We thank Jalen Brooks for joining us in our first Great Southern Bank Under the Helmet segment. On the other side of the football, we've got the Missouri State running back. We talked about a little bit earlier, a 50-yard touchdown run. The first one of those for him in the maroon and white. Shomari Lawrence joins us now, man. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
So let's start with the touchdown. I am sure you had to feel like that was just finally, like you get there because you have been putting in some grinding yards, kind of those first couple of weeks with USC and Marshall. It was kind of 50 yards here, 50 yards there, and you didn't get into the end zone. But, man, it didn't seem like anybody was going to catch you Saturday night when you slipped through the line and you were gone.
Yeah, no, once I'm out loose, there's no way you catching me. That's for a fact.
So I got to ask, I would say that the speed, has that always been there? Were you a track guy or just a football guy or both? What did you do back in high school?
I did track and football. Track, I made it to states 3 years back to back. Ran the 100, 200, and 4x1. I was the anchor my sophomore and junior year in the 4x1, and then I transitioned to the second leg on my senior year. But due to COVID, we didn't actually get to states. So, yeah.
Well, I say there was definitely a lot of stories like that in 2020 and 2021. I'm curious, though, if you were the anchor man, why'd you have to slide up to that second leg? What happened? Did they find somebody faster?
No, we had to balance out, like, our third leg. This was his, like, first year running track, so we had to, like, balance out the speed. So I felt comfortable at second leg. It wasn't that bad.
Well, you were kind of an all-purpose guy in high school. You had 1,000 yards rushing. Your last year, 1,200 all-purpose yards. How do you feel, how much of a part of your game is the ability to get out into space, get out of the backfield, and make yourself a receiving target, whether it's for any of the previous quarterbacks you've played with or with Jacob now?
I feel like that's definitely a plus for me, like being able to get out in space, catch the ball, and really like get loose. I know NFL coaches want to see that, especially the catching aspect of it. So definitely been like settling in with the catching aspect with Jacob. I spent the whole summer catching with him without gloves. So like once I have gloves on, it becomes natural. So.
I say I hadn't thought about that before. So you do wear gloves during the game?
Yes, I do.
Because it's kind of a personal preference thing. For some guys like them, some guys don't. Some quarterbacks wear one.
Yeah.
Have you always worn gloves, or is it something that just kind of started in the last couple of years?
No, I've always worn gloves. Only time I don't wear it is when it starts raining. The gloves get slick, can't really feel the ball, so I get rid of them after that.
So out of high school, you end up at another Missouri Valley football conference school. You end up at South Dakota. How did you end up going from Pompona Beach, Florida, to South Dakota?
It was definitely surprising for sure. But I was really had a really good connection with my coach, Abdul Hodge. He was the linebacker coach. He waited on me. They waited on me because I had some stuff to take care of as well. I was actually the last person to get there in like right before fall camp started. So I wasn't there for like the whole summer. I came in, worked my butt off, did what I could do. At that time it was COVID year, so that year ended up not counting and stuff like that. Ended up working my way up the next year to that 2 spot. Ended up getting hurt playing at Missouri.
Yep.
So it was definitely, I feel like it's just been a full circle. Like for me to like get hurt and been out for a season playing at Missouri State to ending up here now is my final year of football. I feel like it's just God has had his plan, and he put me here for a reason.
I say in the couple of years you were with South Dakota, I say you played against us, had 9 carries, about 30 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, that was the year after I played you guys again.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I had the touchdown, and we ended up winning that game. Sorry, Bear fans, but
well, it's all right. So you go from the Bears' old league in the Missouri Valley Football Conference to the league we're joined in now, Conference USA. How'd you get from South Dakota to Miami? I just trying to get back closer to home by going to FIU.
Yeah, I was trying to get closer to home. I just felt like I could have gotten more opportunities and stuff like that, and FIU reached out, and I ended up settling there, played there for a year as the starter. Few things happened the year prior to that, which leading me to re-enter the transfer portal, and I end up here. I spoke with Beard. It was kind of a pickle at the time, but I sat down with Coach Beard, and he kept it straight with me, and it was other schools like trying to get me to go there on visits and stuff like that, and I just sat down with Coach Beard. Everything he said felt like it came from the heart. So, and we just had a great connection. I've already played here against you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like everything was a full circle moment, and I took my opportunity and came here.
Our Great Southern Bank Under the Helmet feature here with Shomari Lawrence, the Bears running back. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Member FDIC. I want to go back to what you said about Coach Beard, because I think it's interesting that both you and both Jalen basically saying the same thing here, which is you feel like Ryan just shoots you guys straight.
Yeah.
I say when it comes to being a portal guy, and it's not so much being sold on Missouri State as it is. There's a lot of coaches out there that'll tell you maybe whatever it takes to get you to sign and come in, but that isn't the vibe that you got from Coach Beard.
No, not at all. I felt like he reached out to me as a person instead of just my abilities as a player, and I took that to heart, and it felt real. It felt good. So I felt like this is where I should have been.
So how did it feel on Saturday night? You get the big touchdown run, then you get to kind of become a spectator and a cheerleader, see some guys, some young guys in the case of King Davis getting out there, get an opportunity to show what they can do.
Oh yeah, that was nice. I love King, Ivo, all them little boys on the team. They're great, man. I was happy to see them out there. I've been waiting, you know what I mean? They've been waiting, and I felt like they took their opportunity and they ran with it. So,
what are you going to have to? What's the next opportunity for you, maybe, Shomari? What are you trying to accomplish next? I know I was at the media availability earlier today, and you talked about goals that you had set from the start of the year that you haven't necessarily backed off of yet. You'd like to be a 1,000-yard rusher.
Yes.
Pick that up. There we go. You want to be a 1,000-yard rusher. What are you working on right now for the rest of the season here?
Just making more big plays. I feel like that 50-yard run from Saturday was just a start, and now that I'm warmed up with being in the pay dirt, I'm ready to stretch it along a little bit more. So. That my goal has not changed. I will be one of the best running backs in the conference, and I will have 1,000 yards for sure.
Well, I would love for that to all start again on Saturday night when the Bears host Western Kentucky. Maybe 2 50-yard touchdown runs against the Hilltoppers. That'd be all right.
Yeah.
But we'll be rooting for you, man. Shomari Lawrence, Bears running back, joining us here tonight. Our show's brought to you by the Doubletree by Hilton Springfield, located at Glenstone and Kearney, where a warm cookie always awaits your arrival. We'll take a break. We'll get Coach Beard back up in the hot seat. After this, you're listening to Inside the Den with Coach Ryan Beard on the Missouri State Radio Network from Learfield.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough. and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Football's back. Coach Beard and the Bears are ready to charge into Conference USA. Jeff Gervilius from your Missouri State Bookstore, your go-to spot for all things bear wear and tailgating. We've got the latest gear for game day, including official athletic apparel from Adidas. Whether you're shopping for Bear Cubs or proud alumni, we've got something for the whole family. Stop by the bookstore, check out one of our 5 stadium locations on game day, or shop anytime at shop.MissouriStateBookstore.com. Your Missouri State Bookstore, a proud sponsor of Missouri State Athletics. Go Bears!
Hey, college football fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's 6:30 and the branch is closed.
Yep.
And you couldn't find your debit card.
Nope.
But you're going to get cash.
Yep. Cadence Bank Live Teller has extended hours, and I can get cash from my account with my driver's license.
My bank can't do that.
Nope.
With over 300 live teller locations with extended hours, there's opportunity here. Find a live teller near you at cadencebank.com/live teller. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup for the top college athletic programs for the 2025-26 college athletic season? Check out the criteria and follow the year-long standings of your favorite team at L Directors Cup on the X platform or online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2026 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. The Learfield Directors Cup, powered by NACDA, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Parkcrest Dental Group is a proud sponsor of Missouri State Athletics. We believe great smiles build confidence, whether you're on the field, in the stands, or around town. Our team makes it easy for athletes and families alike to keep their smiles strong and healthy with comprehensive dental care and service through every stage of life. We're honored to continue to support our community and our athletes. Go Bears!
Don't forget, Bears fans, Missouri State is home again this weekend on Saturday, September 27th at Robert W. Plaster Stadium to take on the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky. The third and final game of this 3-game homestand. Kickoff set for 6 o'clock. Tickets are available online. Simply go to www.missouristatebears.com/tickets. Head coach Ryan Beard rejoins us now, and Coach, both of those young men did a really good job at your media availability at the presser earlier today, and I just thought it was very interesting how both of them, when getting to the point in their story about talking about how they got here to Springfield, that they both hovered on the same thing, which is their encounter with you was memorable because they felt like you told them just the truth, not what they wanted to hear, but you shot them straight on what their opportunities would be here as members of your team.
That's right. Truth and authenticity. I mean, that will take you farther than anything in life. And these guys want the truth. You know, everybody gives the transfer portal a hard time, and it's negative, it's this and that. You know, to hear these guys' stories, to hear where they've come from, the trials they've been through, and to see them have such great success here with us is, you know, that's the good part of the portal. That's the positives. And they don't like to be lied to. I don't like to be lied to. And I tell them right when I meet them, guys, you'll get our authentic self. We will be truthful to you. Now, you probably, and you can ask them, this is the truth too. They don't like everything I say. You know, they might not agree with it, but it's the truth. And sometimes that's hard to face. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we don't. But if we can be our genuine, authentic selves, that's how you get great things out of great people.
So it's life. I mean, that's the true in a professional office setting or in a football stadium. It all ends up being the same thing down the road.
And I got to add, they're tremendous football players. Obviously, they're well-spoken. They're good men. They can flat play. So I'm excited to see them both grow more this season.
Take you through the Parkcrest Dental Group scoreboard from over the weekend. For over 50 years, putting smiles on your friends, family, and neighbors here in Springfield. Parkcrest Dental. UTEP was out in front momentarily, but then the University of Louisiana Monroe, Dash Luke's former team,
that's right,
ends up getting around and scoring 31 points. They took down UTEP 31-25. The Miners now 1-3 overall. Louisiana Tech, man, just keeps rolling, 30-20 over Southern Miss. That was a home win. The Bulldogs of La Tech now a perfect 3-0 at home this season. Western Kentucky, a game I watched last night, this morning, 3-0 at home, as well as they beat Nevada 31-16, the final in that one. Coach Beard, a team that you have prepared for, didn't have much problem with Middle Tennessee. The Thundering Herd Marshall gets the win against a CUSA team, 42-28.
I'm excited to watch that game and maybe get on the phone with Tony and see what he kind of thought about the old, Blue Raiders? Because we're going to get after the Blue Raiders. I can promise you that. That's the old WKU coming out of me.
I was thinking that same thing earlier. Jacksonville State blew the doors off of Murray State 45-10. Kennesaw State was able to hold on after starting their game 21-0 over Arkansas State. Arkansas State then had about 14 unanswered points, but the Owls won 28-21. Delaware, Coach, is probably – there's probably folks right now, the other CUSA schools, that are wondering why they let the Bears and the Blue Hens into this league. Delaware's off to a 3-1 start. They get their first win in CUSA play over Florida International, 38-16.
Yeah, Delaware's got a good program. They do a great job funding it, having the resources around the players that they need to have success. I had no doubt that they would be just fine.
Liberty falls to 1-3 on the season after they get beat by James Madison 31-13, the final in that one. And then kind of punching above their weight class, Sam Houston took on 8th-ranked Texas. You could say Arch Manning has a hard time throwing the football right now. He didn't against the Bearcats. 55-0 was the final in that one.
Yeah, that's a tough go, going down to Austin and trying to compete against that group.
Yeah, that definitely is swinging a little bit maybe above your weight class. And that's your Parkcrest Dental scoreboard from over the weekend. Time now for our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks fan questions of the night. And we are all over the place tonight, Coach.
These should be some good ones.
How about I'm going to try and start you off easy with your alma mater coming to town. How about what is the best restaurant in Bowling Green, Kentucky?
Okay, I'm going to say, can I give dinner, lunch, and then
you can do it however you want, Coach.
So dinner spot, go to Montana Grill, owned by a buddy of mine, been around for a long time. Great steak, great salads, great place to go and relax, have a drink. And then for lunch, there's a place called Rafferty's. Okay, they have the best hot. I get wings every time I come here.
Yep.
They have these hot fingers, and they are just outstanding. They have loaded cheese fries that will just blow your mind. All right, and then for breakfast, Judy's Castle. I don't know if it's around anymore, but that was the breakfast spot before school. But yeah, those are my spots.
All right, let's keep it in the Bowling Green vein here for a moment. One of the fans tonight asked if you could explain either what a hilltopper is or what in the world that red grimace-looking thing of a mascot is for Western Kentucky.
One of our GAs was wearing me out about that right when he started breaking down film, and I said, I really am not sure where it started. I have no idea, but the university is built literally on top of a hill. So Cherry Hall is on top of the hill, and everything else kind of cascades down from it. And they said some local guy, it was like making a cartoon joke, kind of made this red blob, and all of a sudden they were like, that's it. That's Big Red. That's a hilltopper. So that's as much history of that as I know. That's a tough question for me because I'm not very well schooled in that.
It's like asking somebody who's never been to West Plains what a zizzer is. I get it. So here's a question I'm intrigued about your answer on. This year you've got to play 2 home games back to back. You have had no fewer than basically 14,000 to 15,000 people in the stands. How much is this game day experience changed what it feels like on the field for you guys in between the whistles?
Oh, it's night and day. It actually feels like we're a big-time program. It feels like, we're back winning CUSA championships at Western Kentucky, ACC championships at Louisville. It is a big-time game day atmosphere. The fans have been great. They've been loud. They've been proud. They've been cheering their hearts out. And even like the small things about what's on the Jumbotron in between timeouts and the cool events they have on the field, the fan engagement. I mean, every single thing has stepped up and been beyond anything that we've seen since we've been here.
I'm disappointed we get this question tonight, and this is a rare night when Katie isn't here, because I like to look for her response at times to questions that are directed to you like this one. What is your least favorite chore to do around the house?
I'm going to be extremely honest with you right now. I am the worst handyman on the earth.
No, you're not.
Okay, I can hardly do anything. Least favorite. I am the dog poop guy. I mean, I guess you would say that. Cleaning up after Maverick. Shout out WKU's quarterback.
Very nice.
That's my dog's name. So that would probably be one. And then I'm not big on sweeping the garage. I know I have to do it, and it's good to keep it clean. I'm just not huge on it because, man, you find stuff in there and you're like, oh, my goodness, that might be 5 years old.
Yes.
So it's a pretty creepy chore.
All right, last one of these for the night. We asked you about your daily ritual a week or two ago. How about what does Ryan Beard do in the truck on his commute to and from campus each day?
I'm jamming. I mean, I got the worship music on. We're rocking. We're praising a little bit. We're getting our mind right. I mean, listen, the road that I get to take is just beautiful down Cherry Road. I get to pass Hickory Hills. You see some deer. I'm telling you, man, Springfield's awesome. If people listening to this have never been to Springfield, come check out the Ozark area. It is top notch. You get the county, you get the city, you get great people, you get great food and beverage like you have right here at Big Shots in Springfield. And what else could you ask for?
I'm going to tell you this much. At some point in time, coaching will come to an end, but Ryan Beard's going to have a career in broadcasting after coaching is done if he wants it. There are plenty of seasoned guys who can't segue as good as you did just there. That was perfect, Coach. That's your Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks crowd questions of the night. We're going to take one final break, come back and wrap this one up. You're listening to Inside the Den with Coach Beard on the Missouri State Radio Network from Learfield.
Are you ready to level up your hangout and live the unexpected? Big Shots Golf is changing the entertainment game through tech-driven golf games that fit every level of player, a mouth-watering scratch menu, and handmade cocktails. At Big Shots Golf, we're all about celebrating life and creating memories with the ones you love. Located at the corner of North Glenstone and Kearney, Big Shots Golf proudly hosts MSU's weekly coaches show, and with NFL Sunday Ticket, you'll never miss a game. Ready to take your big shot? Book your heated bay online today at BigShotsGolf.com. Play on.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, while Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Every day, you're out there, up before the sun, and pushing forward before the chaos of the day settles in. At Great Southern, we're right there with you because we understand the need for trusted support. Having a team that is seasoned, agile, ready, an award-winning team that knows their customers personally and is behind them at every step. There to assist you, inspire you, and echo your inner dialogue in those quiet moments. Keep going. Whether you're getting ready to meet the day or working on something big, we're your team. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Member FDIC.
Wilson Logistics is proud to be the official logistics partner of Missouri State Athletics. You'll see us on the road this year, hauling the Bears football equipment and supporting all Missouri State athletes. Wilson Logistics is a family-owned company based right here in Springfield, Missouri. We offer a paid CDL training program for those that want to become a professional truck driver. Learn more at wilsonlogistics.com/training.
A true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude, gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids facing unthinkable medical circumstances. Team Impact matches children facing serious illness and disability with college sports teams, creating a long-term, life-changing experience for everyone involved. Join us in the movement to get all kids in the game. Visit teamimpact.org to learn more. Team Impact. All in, all together.
At Parkcrest Dental Group, we've been proudly serving the community for over 50 years by creating healthy, confident smiles that last a lifetime. From general dentistry to pediatric care, orthodontics, and more, we make it easy for the whole family to get the care they need, all in one convenient location. Whether it's your child's first visit or you're ready to restore your own smile with dental implants, we're here to help you maintain confident smiles. Trust the team that's been keeping Springfield smiling for generations. And go Bears!
Back one final time here on Inside the Den with Coach Ryan Beard each and every week right here at Big Shots Golf. Big Shots Golf is proud to be your entertainment destination for a tech-driven golf and elevated food and beverage experience. You can join the E-Club to receive special promos at BigShotsGolf.com. Just select the Springfield location, play on. You also can sit here and, well, have a foam finger fall over on you.
That's right.
While you watch highlights of the Atlanta Braves, Coach Rowe and Coach Gutton keeping their eye on someone who may be the eventual NL Rookie of the Year this year as former Bear Drake Baldwin continues showing out. Was what, 2 for 2 tonight, Coach? With a double.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing about Missouri State athletics right now. You've got unbelievable history with baseball. You've got football rapidly improving. You've got a great current baseball coach in Joey Hawkins. You've got Zoe, you've got Beth Cunningham, you've got the swim and Dave, the swim and dive coach. I mean, again, I know you get sick of hearing me say it. This is the best time in the history of Missouri State athletics.
Yeah, I was telling Jalen Brooks earlier, I said it really is. You know, I've been around the program for a number of years now, and it just the way it feels right now, I don't remember it ever feeling like this. I wasn't around for the jump from D2 to D1. I imagine it's similar to that time. But we'll take a little time here and talk about Western Kentucky. A lot's made about your connection to the school. There is a ton of coaches on your staff that either played or coached there. You have players that were there, got in the portal, came here. But that is what I think is kind of beautiful about this, because leaving the Valley, joining a new league like CUSA, you wonder where rivalries will come from. You wonder where you find a reason to want to root against or root for somebody. I think this is just kind of right out of the gate a natural rival for Missouri State in football and just about anything else.
Oh, it couldn't be better. I mean, it really could not be positioned better for that, little bit of a rivalry we can get going, because again, like you said, you could sit up here and talk at length about all the connections, and it was funny hearing Tyson's press conference today. He hit on it, and he made a good point. It's fun to have those types of things, because at the end of the day, it is football. We're here to compete, and both sides want to win just as bad as the other.
You talked earlier today, the press availability, obviously their quarterback, a lot of similarities between him and Jacob Clark, an older veteran guy that has the complete offensive playbook kind of at his disposal. But you know Jacob better than anybody. You've seen Maverick MacGyver play. What's maybe the one thing that is different about those two?
Yeah, I think Jacob has a little bit more of ability with his legs. I think that Jacob has a little bit more willingness to run, maybe a little bit more ability to run in his big stature. You're gonna go to the game and you're gonna see Maverick. He's not very big. He's a small guy, and sometimes that hurts him being able to see over the line. He can still spin it with the best of them. But again, if you're asking who I would rather have on my side, I'm taking Jacob Clark 10 out of 10 times.
They've got about 4 different running backs that they utilize, but 3 of them, I think, are fairly similar in skill set and ability. They've got one that's maybe a little bit more elusive than the other, but they don't seem to be all that committed to the run. They kind of let MacGyver go to the line and spin it and try to get the ball down the field, but they will kind of dink and dunk you to death. There's not a ton of verticality to it. When they do get vertical, a lot of times it seems like it's their tight ends that they're working down the seams.
Corey, that's exactly right. They do a lot of things off the run in their screen game to kind of create those explosive plays. Like for instance, some of the plays you're talking about with the tight ends vertical is off maybe a pump screen and go, or they've built it in throughout the game to try to get those open. But you're exactly right. They have struggled running the ball at times, which, again, when you have that quarterback like, Maverick, he just sits back there and does what he needs to do, identifies defense and makes plays. We just got to keep the ball in front. I think that's a huge part of the game is eliminate their explosive plays, make them earn things. Don't just give up chunk yardage plays.
Defensively, what they present, it looked like at times their strength is kind of that linebacking core, that they've got some guys in that room that can really fly around and get after the football and get after the quarterback if he's standing flat-footed for too long.
You got that right, Corey. They do a good job of creating pressure, creating different looks for the quarterback. And when you look at a good linebacking core, can they run sideline to sideline? They do a really nice job of that. Pretty solid open field tacklers. So we got to make sure, again, we can get to some advantage runs and then be explosive in the pass game.
Breckenridge and Holloman both look like at times they can pin their ears back and come after the quarterback. They definitely got after Brock Purdy's little brother. That's Chubba Purdy is the starting quarterback for Nevada, and they got after him pretty good last Saturday night.
Yeah, they did. He had a long day, and I don't think he was feeling very good after that game because they just kept on coming with it. And again, we got to make sure we do a good job being stout up front and practicing hard this week and making sure we're ready for that pressure.
And this Saturday night is a big night, not just because it's the Bears in Western Kentucky, not just because it's the Conference USA opener. There is a ton of stuff going on around this game. It is also going to be a blackout game. So if you're planning on coming out to the game and being a part of the fun at Plaster Stadium with hopefully another 14,000, 15,000 of our closest friends, make sure to either get by the bookstore and buy one of the blackout game T-shirts or wear black and be a part of it. It's also Future Bears Kids Day, and there is a Spirit Squad clinic for kids as well that day. So there is quite literally something for everybody on top of really, really good CUSA football Saturday night.
Wow. I'm going to have you read that again. Like, that is the biggest list of things I've ever heard.
Yeah, there's more than a couple of promotions surrounding this game. And, hey, let me tell you, another big deal is Mom and Dad Riggs are planning on coming up from Webb City for this one, so no pressure.
There we go.
But Mom and Dad are planning on coming to the game, so I'll feel pressure. I don't think you have to.
Well, if they want to sit with the Beards, my sister's flying in from Charleston, my brother's coming in from Bowling Green, my aunts and all the uncles are all coming in, so we'll have about 20 people at my house too, so just bring them over, let them hang out.
there's still going to be a room at the Beard Ranch.
Yeah, there's going to be people flying into the private airport as well, so we'll have a good crew to watch a game.
Well, remember, the game is Saturday night. We will be with you on the Bud Light Countdown to Kickoff show at 5:30. Kickoff at 6 on 101.3 FM Real Country on the Varsity Network app or the Missouri State Radio Network affiliate in your area. Should be a good one. That's going to be all the time we've got for tonight's Inside the Den. Our thanks to Stan Shaw, our producer back at the radio station, to Jalen Brooks, to Shomari Lawrence, and, of course, to Coach Ryan Beard for joining us. We'll be back with you. We're going to take next week off, and then it's Wednesday night football, weekdays in CUSA after the Conference USA opener. Until then, this has been Inside the Den with Coach Beard on the Missouri State Radio Network from Learfield.
Inside the Den with Coach Beard has been brought to you by Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks. The Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks are proud sponsors of the Missouri State Bears. Stop into your local Chevy dealer today. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. And by Price Cutter, keeping it local since 1967. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Missouri State Sports Network.